What's up, you guys? Another video here. I was trying to think of good ideas of what to record, what you guys like, and my most popular video to date is titled The Ugly Side of High Ticket Sales. And so I'm thinking, how do we play on that? And I've come up with the title that you just saw, the thumbnail you just saw, which is my least favorite thing about high ticket sales. So before I get into it, I'm gonna discuss how my least favorite thing applies to both the sales reps and the business owners. Sales reps first, because you're probably a sales rep watching this. And I'm going to break down a couple different things that display this least favorite thing of mine. The overarching least favorite thing of mine in the high ticket space is how serious it is. There's a lot of pros to getting into this. Location independence, the time that you can earn a high income, freedom, flexibility. It's pretty easy to find work, especially once you have a track record. Or one thing that I'm just not a huge fan of how unserious this industry is. Again, it's a con, but there's also pros. For the sales reps. Now this, if everyone's unserious, like if all the other sales reps are unserious, in terms of getting roles, this can be good for you because if you are serious, if you are a professional, the bar is pretty low. Now, on the flip side of that, because there's a lot of unserious people in here, there might be this lens of unseriousness forecasted over your application and you. And so, depending on who you're speaking with, who you're trying to get hired with, just know that a lot of these hiring managers, these business owners kind of just see this as like these people aren't that serious. It's not always the case, but just a generality. We're speaking in generalities here. From the sales rep perspective, so I'm not a sales rep anymore and I'm not running a business that's hiring these sales reps. So I'm kind of like in the middle and I'm working with both of them, but it is getting harder to find good representation for your company in this 1099 manner. So I think because of the programs that are out there, all these sales trainings or placement companies or whatever, they just, they really exaggerate outcomes in order to get you to buy their thing, which I'm not a fan of. But because of that, these people are coming in with wicked expectations and they're thinking they can do not that much for a lot in return. And so honestly, that's just made it hard to find good representation for your company. So if you can be serious, good for you. It's going to help a ton. The next thing I want to talk about for the sales reps is a lot of the sales reps come into this with this like transitory belief around it, meaning, I'm just going to do this for like 2 months and then go do something else. Or, I'm just going to do this for 6 months. And nothing, I guess, really wrong. But what is wrong about that is because they have the expectation that, I'm going to go and make $10,000, $20,000 per month, but I'm only going to do this for 2 months. And what usually happens is they fizzle out because they just didn't really understand what it took to get to that point based on where they're coming from. So again, getting back to unseriousness, it does take a good amount of work to get into these upper income ranges. But just because people are coming into it with that kind of for a little bit mentality, that usually means they're going to put for a little bit work ethic into it, which is not good. Not good for them, not good for the business. Now, talking about the business owners really quick. The business owners, a lot of times, especially the younger ones, are not serious. They see sales reps as disposable, and that's why some of these companies have insane churn. Now, not everyone, again, we're speaking in generalities here, not all these businesses are like this. I just see that there's a lot of people who blow up on social media that want to start online businesses with sales teams, but they know nothing about business. They've never done it before, never done it successfully, nonetheless. So that's one thing where when you're seen as extremely disposable, whether you're a setter or a closer, you're just not going to be taken seriously. And if you prove yourself to be a valuable asset to the team, then you can change the environment. But a lot of these business owners are just hiring these 1099 commission-based sales reps for the wrong reason, which is I can only gain. So if you're a sales rep watching this, if you know that the business owner is about to hire in 20 sales reps on commission only and they just previously had like 2, that's probably not a good place for you because they're putting themselves in a position to only gain, not to lose. So make sure that when you are getting into an organization as a sales rep, they are making a strategic hire, not a cast a net, catch as many people as possible, and then tell them to go work for us. Like go find business, right? Another thing that I don't like about this industry that is more common here than a lot of other industries is these business owners that kind of just flake out on sales reps. Like I've heard stories of people not being paid or getting payment like really crunched down or delayed, and just like a lot of, especially these younger guys that just haven't ran a business before, it's not that they always have bad intent, again, speaking in generalities, but they're just not serious. Like they don't realize that, oh, when I don't pay my team on time, they don't like that. And then my performance is worse. And then I'm wondering why the performance is worse. So that makes me want to pay them. Like, it doesn't make me want to pay them more and on time. Like, it's a cycle. And so a lot of these people just don't realize that. So the main thing you can do as a sales rep is just try to find a business owner that has strong character, good intent. And ideally, if you know someone that's already on that team, or you can be referred into a team that has a good track record, that's what you want to do. And I talked about this a little bit with the sales reps, but some of these business owners have, again, the lens of unseriousness over the entire talent pool in the market, which makes it hard for them to commit to you if you are the good hire in some scenarios. You know, if you're the third closer to come on in the last 4 months in this organization, that business owner is just going to be burnt. A lot of these sales reps do have shiny object syndrome, and you know, the fault is not always on one party or the other. It honestly can happen between both parties at the same time, but it usually is the sales rep's not serious or the business owner's not serious, so it doesn't work out, and then they both end up unhappy. So as a sales rep, the best thing you can do is show up, be serious, be a professional, provide a genuine, valuable service to this company to the best of your ability. Make sure you are vetting these companies to make sure that they are serious about the hire that they're bringing on. The worst thing you can do is just on their behalf be put in a nothing to lose, everything to gain situation. You're not going to be taken seriously. So anyways, guys, I just want to make a quick video about that because, you know, I work again on both sides of this. I see both sides, and it's just dumb. Like, I don't know why we do that. It doesn't have to be that way, but there's a lot of players in this market that influence certain things, and that's just the reality. So in my community, we're all about setting like the best expectations, coming in as a professional, being the best applicant, getting in front of these opportunities that nobody else knows about. We've posted somewhere between 120, 150 jobs in April. I got to get the final tally. A lot of those you would have never seen if you weren't in there. If you guys are looking for the no BS approach to get into this industry and sustain within this industry, that's what our community exists for. There's too many people out there promising 10, 20, 30K per month within 60 days or all this crazy shit. And in the 1% chance that does happen, amazing. They're going to use it as marketing and go sell other people. But like, let's be real, guys. This is a grind. It's a sales job. I'm not saying it's the hardest thing ever, but there are easier things. If you want to be able to trust fall into a solution that can make this happen for you faster, more sustainably, that's our community, Serial Sales Community. Go down in the link below. Last plug, the Because of Sales newsletter. If you're not subscribed to it, the Serial Sales Community helps you get remote sales jobs. The Because of Sales newsletter helps you do better in those jobs without letting this thing consume you. So the idea is your sales job should help you provide your dream life instead of consuming your entire life. That's the premise we operate on. So every week, every Wednesday, we send tips, tricks, tools, news, breakdowns of successful sellers. So go down below. That'll be the second link. Subscribe to that. And I'll see you guys on Sunday. Peace.